This exercise is the next step in opening up your string crossings. It's called pinky push-ups. If you haven't already checked out my bow exercise video on TikToks, it's right here. That one's sort of preparatory to this one, so make sure you do that one first. This exercise is similar to TikToks, however, instead of starting from vertical, we're gonna start from horizontal. It looks like this. When we start this exercise, the pinky is already going to begin in a curled position. It's also very common for me to see that there's not enough pronation in the hand when you first begin, so make sure that the hand is nicely pronated, you're checking your watch, there's a nice bit of wrist turn. Now in this position with a nice pronated bow hold, a nice curled pinky, we're ready to start our pinky push-ups. From this position, extend the pinky until the bow becomes diagonal. Avoid pressing so hard with the pinky that the knuckle collapses, and also avoid using wrist to make the motion happen. It should be the pinky that's the active mover, hence the name pinky push-ups. I would recommend pausing in between each 5 repetitions and making sure that your bow hold resets. Again, it's very tempting as you're doing this exercise for the wrist to gradually supinate and go flat. And so in between every 5, we sort of want to reset our bow hold, make sure our arm weight is engaged and our hand's in a good position, and then try again. Pause, reset, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turns out this finger flexibility is hugely useful on the violin, and it's a challenging thing at first to develop it. For the first week of doing this exercise, I'd recommend doing it maybe 50 times a day to get used to it, and then gradually we'll diminish until we hit 10 times a day, and we'll stay consistent there. Let's do some of them together right now, and I can give you focus points as we're going along. Remembering that we need a lot of pronation. The pinky starts in a curled position. You can support it with this hand as you're first getting used to it. It's helpful even to feel like you're hanging a little bit of arm weight into the hand when you get set up. And then release this hand. The pinky takes over holding the bow. These fingers are not gripping tightly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reset. A little bit of wrist turn. Feel the weight engagement. Get ready to go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reset. A little bit of wrist turn, check the pinky, make sure it's round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure your hand isn't also drooping down here. It's much easier to do pinky push-ups if you're up almost at chest level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very last one, just make sure that now you're thinking about making the motion as smooth as possible, more like a rocking chair, less like a light switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One thing that's going on internally in my hand that's tricky to see is that I'm not gripping with all of the fingers. Again, my thumb and my middle finger are home base for my bow hold, and then my pinky is in charge of not allowing the tip to tip over. If I try to grip the bow with all 4 of my fingers, I'll lose all flexibility in my hand, and it'll only be my wrist doing the motion. So make sure that this is very relaxed, this is your fulcrum, pinky is the only active finger, and these are just draped along for the ride. One other key for success is that the pinky should not actually be right on top of the bow. It should rather be on the inside corner of this octagonal shape. This would be right on top. Instead, we have it on this inside corner. This helps my pinky to not slide over the top of the bow when I need to exert a little bit of force downward. That's pinky push-ups. Check out this next video where we apply pinky push-ups to the string.